Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome to Christian Fire Poppy. President Nelson is loosing the bands of Orion. Well, the sky is testifying. Today is 8/8/2024. 8 is my favorite number, and this video may be one of my favorites of all time because the signs in the sky are so obvious and clear cut that it is going to knock your socks off. So, Church News came out with a big article about the country of Azerbaijan. Now, that immediately caught my attention. I had a friend who texted me, and Mary, she told me, you need to check this out because she remembered how we were talking about Azerbaijan, Pentecost, and signs in the sky. And now we have this. So, this church article informed us that on March 1st, 2023, President Russell M. Nelson meets with top religious leaders of Azerbaijan. And you can see in the sky, the asteroid that is named Russell is in this tool in the hand of Orion. And then this news, an official announcement came out on July 27th, 2024, that Azerbaijan is now recognizing and officially registering the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And you can see that the asteroid named Azerbaijan is in the exact same spot. The tool in Orion's hand. Notice you see Mars here and Jupiter and Mars once again. And now we are going to talk more about this. There are more things to see and more details, but I do want to just say I'm sorry. I've been away for a little while and I'm excited to share what I've discovered. There are so many things that are backlogged in my head, but I have been busy making memories with my family in the Caribbean, Honduras, Mexico. We went to visit family in Oregon and we went to the Redwoods in California. So we have been very busy and I am going to try to get everything in my head out to you as fast as I can, but I also trying to get my backyard ready. I'm going on 4 years as the Young Women's President, and I'm having some 60 to 80 youth over in my backyard. There's a lot of work to do, and we are having the big worldwide broadcast youth music festival. So it's going to be a huge party. It's going to be so fun. But anyways, let's get into what we are discussing in this video. So the reason behind what I'm sharing is that in the scriptures, Joseph Smith, his particular translation of Revelation 12, he inserted this. It says, "And there appeared a great sign in heaven in likeness of things on the earth." And he was talking about a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Now, a year ago, there was a sign in the heavens that was formed from asteroids with various names just floating randomly throughout the universe. But on the day of the Feast of Trumpets, it was in the design of this, the woman clothed with the sun, and in the birthplace was the asteroid named Child, and a lot of other interesting, compelling things. And I thought, what if there were asteroids depicting events on the earth in the heavens in likeness of things on the earth? So I'm just going to show you what I found, and you can tell me what you think about it in the comments, if you think there's something to it or not. But in Job 38:1, it says, "Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades or loose the bands of Orion?" So on March 1st, 2023, President Nelson meets with the Sheikh and Haji Pashazade, the top Muslim leader of the country of Azerbaijan. So you see here on that day, Russell is the tool in the hand of Orion, this constellation. And over to the right here, you have Taurus, the bull. And now this, if you think about the symbolism of gathering Israel, the 12 bowls, think about the baptismal font on the backs of the oxen and bulls, horns relating to the covenant. So this, you have the word sheik. So you have Russell M. Nelson up here meeting with the sheik of Azerbaijan. You also have these planets highlighting the area, Mars, at the tip of the horn. And in particular, you have a very rare comet, C 2022 E3 ZTF. Now, these comets move quickly, and there are not very many of them, not nearly as many as the asteroids that we see all over the universe. So this comet is highlighting this area of Orion, and we have Mars highlighting the area of the Sheik and Russell in the hand of Orion on that date that Russell M. Nelson was meeting with the Sheik. And after this meeting, this opens the door to this big church news. So on July 27th, 2024, Azerbaijan officially recognizes the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You can read about that more here at this website. So the church receives government recognition. And if we look in the sky on July 27th, 2024, Azerbaijan officially recognizes the church. And look, the name Azerbaijan, this asteroid, is in this exact same spot that Russell was. So the day that this is announced, Azerbaijan is the tool in the hand of Orion. And we look over here and we see Mars again, this time a little bit lower in Taurus. And we have Jupiter in between the horns. And Jupiter oftentimes is related to the King of Kings. Jupiter has a spot, a big red spot on the side that Christians oftentimes relate it to being a symbol of Jesus Christ, how he was pierced with a spear. And no matter how we look at it, we know that all things testify of Jesus Christ. So as I share this with you, that this, as you think about that scripture, that Jesus Christ, he can loose the bands of Orion, and the work that Jesus Christ is doing is he often uses President Nelson as a mighty tool in this process. So we see here, as we look closely at them side by side on March 1st, 2023, the day the prophet meets with the top religious leader, the sheik, we have Russell right here and the sheik. Look in the same spot on July 27th when this is announced, Azerbaijan, the name of the country that this news is about. So we have Mars up here in the horn, Mars on the right here, Jupiter in between the horns on this day, and both of these are in Orion. And I just love how there's a comet highlighting, drawing our attention to what is happening in Orion with Russell as the mighty tool in the hand of Orion. So Azerbaijan recognizes the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Now, I, of course, had to go look at the beehive cluster. You can see here on the left, this is a symbol of the church, the beehive. This is the flag, so symbol of Utah. And on the right is the flag of Azerbaijan. So I thought this was actually really interesting that we have the beehive here. And for Azerbaijan, we have the moon and the star, so these heavenly bodies. And if we look at the beehive cluster on this day, so 7/27, the day that the church announces that it is being recognized, I looked up the word recognize in Stellarium to see if there were any asteroids. You can also call them wandering stars or minor planets. This word was the closest thing that I found that was closest to the word recognize. So recognize was right here. But even more importantly, look how the sun is right conjuncting with the beehive cluster. And in the hand or in the claw of the crab right here, you see Baku. So Baku, love. And Baku is the capital of Azerbaijan. And this article that the church came out with mentions Baku specifically it says this registration provides for a body that is officially recognized by the government of Azerbaijan to act for the church in the Baku area, which is the capital of the country. So pretty cool to find Baku. There's no asteroid that is just Baku, but Baku Love. That was the only asteroid that had the word Baku in it. So very beautiful imagery, and it seems to be mimicking what is happening in the likeness of the earth. So the capital area of Baku is the center of the church's government registration in Azerbaijan. So when I found that, I looked up what was happening with Baku on the day that President Nelson was meeting with the sheik. And look how amazing this is. There is the sun right conjuncting with Baku, and it's in Aquarius, this water or blessings. Think about covenant blessings of the Church of Jesus Christ pouring out, and the sun highlighting Baku. This is a big moment for that country and for the church. And right here, we have this conjunction of Saturn and Mercury. And now when I say conjunction, I don't mean it technically. Just as we look at it in stellarium, it's very, very close. So a near conjunction, they're very close as it appears on stellarium. So very, very cool. And just a little review in the past, this is the reason why Azerbaijan caught my eye, because on Christian Pentecost, which was 40 days after the eclipse this year, we had a big event. The president of Iran, President Raisi, was killed in a helicopter crash, and that occurred in Azerbaijan. He was having a meeting there, and that is where the accident occurred, and he passed away. A lot of articles and people were saying, was that an air quote accident? There's a long history of people, political leaders in Iran being murdered. And so we had the word murden here right next to, we have the sun highlighting this area along with Jupiter, Venus, and Uranus clustered with the word Azerbaijan, the word Iran, and the word Murden in this area of the bowl of the Taurus. So that was from the past. And now, if this seems odd to you, just take a look at what the scriptures say. It says his signs are in the sun, moon, and stars, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure throughout all generations. And there appeared another sign in heaven, and in Genesis 1:14, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Psalms 19, 1-3. Alma 30, verse 44, the scriptures are laid before thee, and all things denote there is a God, yea, even the earth and its motion, yea, the planets which move in their regular form, do witness that there is a supreme creator. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, which thou hast ordained, O Lord our God, O Lord our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. That was Psalms 8:3. And in Psalms 148:3, praise ye him, sun and moon, praise him, all ye stars of light. And I love how in this last general conference, we have Sister Dennis telling us to study the footnotes of the prophet. And we go to the footnotes of April 2020. President Nelson says that nothing shall be withheld from the saints. If you go to where he quoted Doctrine and Covenants 121, in the footnotes, just a few verses down, it specifies that this includes the sun, moon, and stars, the revelations, appointed days, laws, set times, days, months, years shall be revealed. So nothing withheld from the saints. It sounds like wonders in the heavens to me. And actually not one of the very first talk that our prophet gave as the prophet when he was called, he quoted Elder Maxwell, who said, to those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, it is clear that the Father and Son are giving away the secrets of the universe. So we are thinking celestial in a very literal way. Okay, so I want to show you really quickly how you can verify the accuracy of this information yourself. So if you go to Stellarium, the online star map, that's Stellarium. It is a free program online. And when you click onto the program, go to the bottom right corner and you can select the date. So here we have the date that President Nelson met with the Sheik, 3/1/2023. These numbers are the hours of the day. The asteroids don't move super quickly, so the hours don't really matter. And if you search for Russell, you can see Russell in the tool, the hand of Orion here. So you can see that. You can see Mars near the horn of Taurus. And if we look up the word sheik, if you start to look something up, you'll see a list of related words. So notice there is only one asteroid named Sheik. And that one asteroid just happens to be perfectly in between the two horns on the head of the bowl, where we also see Mars near Orion. And let's also take a look. So Baku is the capital of Azerbaijan. So if we look that up, you can see when we search for Baku, there's only one asteroid that has the name and starts with Baku. It's Baku Lev. I did not look up what LEV means. That could be interesting. Who knows? But I do like that this word, Baku, is right on top of the sun, where the constellation of Aquarius is pouring out the water, pouring out those covenant blessings. Now, let's go to the date that this exciting news was announced. And that was on July 27th, 2024. So we go to here, 7 July, go to the 27th. Of 2024. And now there we go. See Baku in the claw of the constellation of Cancer, the crab, and this little circle is called Precipice, also known as the beehive cluster. So you can see here, if I look up beehive cluster, it is right here. And we have Venus highlighting this Baku in the hand of the crab and the sun right next to the beehive cluster, a symbol of the church. Now let's look up Azerbaijan. Now it's not spelled perfectly, so we're not being exact. We're looking here symbolically. So Azerbaijan, you can see that is the only asteroid even close to that name, and it's pretty dang close to the correct spelling. And it is in the exact same spot that Russell was when he was visiting with the sheik of that area. So pretty cool stuff. And let me see, trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh, that's right, the word recognize. So I just think of keywords of what happened on that day. So the church is being recognized. So if I just start typing the word recognize, this is the only word, the only asteroid that comes close to the word recognize. So it was pretty awesome to see it here, right next to where we saw Baku and the sun and the beehive cluster. There you go. That is what is happening in the sky. And you can check that out for yourself on the online star map Stellarium, a free program. And actually, really quickly, I do want to share as well. This is the article. So, Deseret News official registration by the Church of Jesus Christ is approved in Azerbaijan. Let's just read a little bit about what they say. So, it was notified by the government of Azerbaijan this week that the registration process underway since the second half of 2023 had concluded successfully. According to a church statement, This registration provides for a body that is officially recognized by the government of Azerbaijan to act for the church in the Baku area, the capital. Now, let me show you on here. It says, let's see. Oh, here you can see underneath the caption of the picture, it says President Russell M. Nelson welcomes Haji Allah Karhamat Pajazade, left, and other leaders, including Sheikh Ul Islam and Grand Mufti of the Caucasus, to the church administration building on Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. So here we have a picture of that event on March 1st, 2023, and this wonderful news coming out on July 27th, 2024. So there you go. Here's another picture. Sounds like they have been meeting. This has been an ongoing thing. And July 27th just recently was like the closing of this and the results of these meetings and these discussions and this connecting with people around the world. So there you have it. So just a reminder, our daily goal through September 9th, 2024, that is President Nelson's 100th birthday. He asked us to reach out to the one who may be feeling lost or alone. Now remember, today is 8/8, so we are exactly 1 month and 1 day away from this goal and from his 100th birthday. So I'm excited to share some more things with you guys. This is it for today, but I have something pretty wild to share having to do with 8/11, wormwood, wars pouring out, and some pretty interesting connections. So I'll try to get to that soon, but thank you for joining me today. Matthew 6:32 says, Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Let's bloom despite the smoke of confusion and flames of world chaos like true fire poppies. A Zion field of many fire poppies will inspire hope and joy in the gospel. Join us for more fiery passion and preparedness as we fly into the second coming of Jesus Christ.